So we got here, this is how to get better shifting, straight derailleur hanger. Look how bent that derailleur is. We want to have it. All right, so actually the derailleur isn't bent, it's more this red thing. This is called the derailleur hanger. This is low-hanging fruit, one of my favorite quotes, low-hanging fruit for losing watts in your drive chain, all right? We use Squirt Lube, the best lube you can get, better than waxing. Waxing's cool. If you want to learn about waxing, go to see Oz Cycle on YouTube. But the problem with waxing is it's not as convenient as Squirt Lube. It's still good, but this is more safer, cleaner, etc. But if you're into waxing, fantastic. Go see Oz Cycle on YouTube. He has the best simple tutorials, doing it cheap. Otherwise, Squirt Lube for the win. Derailleur hanger. All right, we're going to straighten that bad boy up. We're going to use a tool here. This is called a derailleur hanger tool, and I'll show you how to straighten the hanger. But it varies on tool to tool. All right, so basically, this is what you want to look for, and I'll show you why this is bad. Bent hanger is bad is because that can end up in your spokes. All right, you can see this down here. This, if you know, can get caught up in their spokes. Look at that, it's, you know, hitting that. So if you ever see someone walking their bike and the derailleur's snapped off, it's snapped here and maybe snapped through the seat stay rather, then you know that they had a bent hanger and they didn't know that, and they put it into the easiest cog up the back and it went to the spokes and snap city, okay? So always make sure you check how straight your hanger is, and the easiest way to test a straight hanger is this. Put it in the hardest gear down here. And then you stand behind your bike and you look at your derailleur, and you can see how the derailleur kicks into the left. It should be, you know, quite straight. You see how it kicks in. All right, look at that derailleur pulley, the bottom one there. All right, it should be over to the right more. Okay, so look at this. We'll do a before and after photo. Okay, so this is the before, and I'll show you after. And then we can see much better, isn't it? Much better. This derailleur is a little bit mangled. It's got a bit of a crack in there on the knuckle, but otherwise it'll do. But it's a lot better than what it was, and this is how we roll. Much better. So that saves drivetrain wear and tear, and it gives you a couple extra watts because you've got less friction in your drivetrain. So we want to make sure we've got a few millimeters of clearance between your spokes and your derailleur pulley when it is in the easiest gear at the back, easiest cog at the back, okay? Make sure you've got a bit of gap in there, and you can do that by just gently pushing on the derailleur and checking that L limit screw. This is another video, but the L screw is what determines how far left it goes, so you tighten that in to bring it over in. But that's another video, how to set your L and H screws, limit screws. But today we're just going to show you how to make sure your derailleur doesn't end up in your spokes. 3 watts. The Tomcat up here. Or Tomcat. And then we watch this, we're going to run through the gears after we've done it. See how good they work. Look at that. Perfect. Boom. So we roll, baby. Front shifting. Boom. Look at that. And these DR touring at durianrider your mechanic. And then what we're going to do is put on some skirts, safe for pets as well. Problem with the paraffin wax, molten speed wax, etc., zero friction stuff is it does have carcinogens in there. So be careful with that stuff. Well, this is how easy it is to keep your chain lube using Squirt Lube. The best lube on the planet. And it is, I'll get about 10 to 15,000 Ks out of the chain with Squirt Lube. Zero friction. Cycling says you don't, but he's a liar. He's been caught out for lying. So he's, that's just my opinion, that's my experience. His website's full of mistakes. How he measures chain wear isn't accurate. In my opinion, how he measures his power isn't accurate. Blah, blah, blah. He doesn't use gears on his tests. It's just one speed, fixed gear, at fixed wattage. Doesn't have any surges or whatever. It's not real world data. I don't find it trustworthy. I don't find him trustworthy. Anyway, that's the deal. Squirt Lube, derailleur hanger, low hanging fruit for the win. Cheap, easy, done. And whenever you hang your bike up in the tree, put a little tube around there and it can't bounce off. Fantastic, beautiful. Low hanging fruit. Always go for the low hanging fruit. Make sure it's right. The good thing about using Squirt is you got minimal carcinogens you're dealing with, and you got minimum dirt in your hands and your legs, etc. Okay, so this chain hasn't been cleaned. There's still a bit of factory grease in there. It could do a better clean just with some terps and stuff like that, but it's okay. It's good enough. All right. It doesn't. We're not doing surgery here. Okay. We're not doing surgery. This stuff's gonna last a long time. You know, we could make it clean if we wanted to, but yeah, we'll go out right as well. And upcoming video, we've got the Specialized S-Works barn find, incredible bike. We're going to do it up. We're actually going to sell this one as well. So you're looking for S-Works deal, 54 centimeter. If you're under 180 centimeters, incredible bike for you. How to make your brake pads last even longer is get rid of these little things here. Right, these are just pointless. All right, get rid of those. Unscrew them, get them out. And also while you're at it, if there's any bits of metal in there, see that little bit of shard of metal there? Flick those out, all right? Flick them out, and that will make your brakes last so much longer. Your rims will last so much longer, okay? Simple little hack that the bike brands won't tell you. Is that when you buy more stuff you don't need? Or they want you to wear stuff out quicker than it has to be. So we can see here that there's still a fair bit of meat left on these pads. They're getting there though. I run them to about 2 million. Because I maintain my bikes. I look at stuff regularly, all right? Every week, I'm cleaning my bike and sussing things out, all right, checking for wear, etc. Every week, check your bike, check your pads, just check things. So we're getting pretty close to replacement here. You know, I would say probably in the next week we could replace these pads for this bike rider because this person rides in the rain, etc. Okay, so the next week we'll put on some new pads, and new pads will cost about $5 to $7, and they'll last you, you know, probably 15,000 miles, etc., depending on the conditions you ride in. So it's just rim brakes are so cheap, and now with rim brakes, they are just so affordable in the second-hand market. Something like this one can cost you between $20 and $100, okay? For the price of a Durace rotor, you get a whole new wheel of decent quality. And we took out these little things as well that go in the side there because they can grab onto your rims. We don't need those. They're absolutely pointless. Riding this bike back now to the customer. It rides so freaking good. It rides incredible, man. I could definitely race A-grade on this bike. Actually, I couldn't because it's a 52. Watch that bird. I need a 56 at least. Man, a nice, crisp rim brake bike. Brakes tuned, gears ready. Man, can't beat that feeling.